back to Making Food Monday. This week I'm going to try something that I've never tried before. I've never even tasted it at a restaurant or anything. We're going to try to make some red beans and rice. For the recipe today, guys, we're going to need basil, ground sage, bay leaves, Cajun seasoning, bell pepper, smoked sausage, preferably andouille sausage, but this brand actually works really well if you can't find that. We need a pound of small red beans. We need 2 celery sticks, 2 medium-sized onions, garlic, parsley, salt and pepper, and olive oil. And that is all that's going in our recipe this week. Okay, so my sausage is just a smoked sausage, and it says here that it's 1.5 pounds. Now my recipe only calls for a pound, but that's okay. I'm gonna use the full package anyways. More meat is always good for us. Okay, so first step for our sausage is just to cut those into little bite-sized pieces. So we're just gonna cut that about 1/2 inch rounds. Okay, once we get the sausage all sliced up, next step is to get some oil in our pot. We're just gonna take some olive oil and put about 2 to 3 tablespoons of oil in the bottom of our pot here. And then we're just gonna take all of our sausage that we just sliced and get that down into the pot. And then we're gonna turn that onto our sear roast function and get that browned. While the sausage is browning, we're gonna prepare our onions. So we're just gonna dice those. And now we're ready with our onions. Now we're also gonna dice our green bell pepper. Okay. Now our bell pepper is all diced. I really like this chop wizard thing that I have. It's not sponsored in any way, I just want to pass this on. It's really good for taking out your aggressions and your stress on your dinner. This thing's awesome. Okay, all the fat in our sausage has been rendered. We're gonna take the sausage out and leave the fat in. Okay, I'm gonna get that out with my trusty scoop here. Okay, so we've still got all the fat left in the pan, or the pot. I'm gonna turn that back onto our sear roast function and turn that back on. And then I'm going to add all of our onions that we've already diced right back to that oil. Now we're gonna add 1/2 tablespoon of Cajun spice. We need 1/2 teaspoon of salt. And 1/4 teaspoon of pepper. Keep that in there, mix it all together. Now we're gonna add our bell pepper that we've already diced. We almost forgot to dice our celery. Let's get that done here. We'll just add our celery as well. Now we're gonna add 6 cloves of garlic. There's 2, there's 4, and there's 6. Now we'll stir to combine all of those. Now we're gonna go ahead and push that stop to cancel that. Next we're gonna add our red beans. I've read that you can use red kidney beans. You can also use these small red beans, so we're just gonna get these added right to the pot. Just a little tip that I learned along the way is sometimes when you get these dried beans, you wanna check them and make sure that there's no little rocks in there. So I just kinda filter through them as I add them to my pot. I add them to this big spoon so that I can watch them go in. And then just kind of keep my eyes open and see if I see anything that I don't really want to eat. Looks like these are pretty clean. Sometimes it depends on the brand that you get. Some are cleaner than others, I've found. See you guys? It's a good thing I put it in the scoop instead of just dumping it right in my pot, because that is a rock. We don't want to eat that. Okay, you guys, thankfully just the one rock was found in there, but it's a good thing that we found it before we put it in the pot instead of in somebody's mouth. We don't want to break any teeth. But I've got all of my beans added to my pot. Now we're just gonna cover it with water, just enough that the beans are covered. It should be about 4 cups. Let's see how much it takes to cover these beans. I'm gonna go ahead and use all 4 cups. I probably didn't need quite 4 cups, but I'm gonna go ahead and use it anyway, just to make sure that my beans are not crunchy when we're done. So 4 cups of water. Okay guys, now it's time to add our basil. We're gonna add 1 tablespoon of basil, but there's a specific instruction with this, and it says to put it in your hand and rub it between your palms as you put it into the pot. And I would think that would have something to do with activating the basil. I'm not really sure, but I'm gonna do it anyways because the recipe specifically said with the basil to rub it between your palms as you add it to the pot. Okay, so here's my 1 tablespoon of basil. And I'll just rub it between my hands and then let it go into the pot here. Okay guys, now we're gonna add a pinch of sage. Now I've read that a pinch actually means about 1/8 of a teaspoon. So I'm gonna get 1/8 of a teaspoon. Oh, we're just gonna mix all of that together. And the last step before we seal her up is to add our sausage back in. Give it 1 more mix. I almost forgot the bay leaves again. Ugh, that would have been terrible. 3 bay leaves go right on top, guys. There's 1, 2, and 3. Now we're ready to seal up our pot. We're going to choose our chicken function, which is our high pressure. We're going to bring that time cook up to 35 minutes and then push start. Now I often say that when I put pasta and when I put beans in my pot, I will always let the pressure come down naturally, and today is no different. That pressure is going to come down naturally for about 15 minutes after the time has run out. Okay, now while I wait for my pin to drop, I'm just gonna cut up this parsley into little tiny pieces, get it nicely finely chopped. Okay, I've got my parsley finely chopped. Something I wanted to add really quick though, the recipe that I'm using calls for Italian parsley. Now we looked all over town for something that said Italian parsley, but what we have at our stores is something that I call take it or leave it parsley. You get parsley, not Italian parsley, not curly parsley, not any kind of parsley, it just says parsley. So I call it take it or leave it. And the recipe calls for a full bunch of parsley, Italian parsley, just the leaves. So instead of using a full bunch of take it or leave it parsley, I just used half because I'm not really sure that I've got the right thing. So I'm gonna use half a bunch, and I've chopped that nice and finely so that it could go into my beans when they're ready. Hopefully that'll be soon because I'm hungry. Okay, my pin has dropped. Now we're gonna open it up. It smells so good. Okay, first thing I'm gonna do is pull these bay leaves out so I don't forget and stir them in. There you go. All right, and then we're gonna stir it up. And I need to add my parsley to the pot. Look how nice and bright that looks. So pretty. And then we're gonna mix all of that parsley right into the pot. Okay, now I'm just gonna serve it over plain white rice that I've spiced up with just a little bit of chicken bouillon and some olive oil, and we are ready to go. Time to plate it. I've got it plated, and now all I need are my... Do it.
Guinea pigs!
Oh, it's an elephant guinea pig. Hello, elephant. And the throwing a sandal guinea pig. Hello, backwards throwing stuff guinea pig.
Shoe-faced guinea pig.
No.
A pea shooter.
Oh, he's a pea shooter, of course. And there's the dad.
That is me.
Yeah.
All right, who wants to eat?
Me!
Who thinks it smells amazing?
Me.
I can't smell anything.
What?
My nose is stuffy.
You're a crazy person. All right, you don't get to go first. First is gonna be...
I can't wait!
You can't wait.
Need to take this.
Oh, you're eating a banana and some rice?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Need to take this package off.
Oh, okay.
Mom always let me get this package off. It has Hulk smash on it.
Cool, let me see. Hulk smash.
I will really want to taste this.
Yeah. I'm not talented enough to make that though. The tree made that.
A tree made this?
Yeah.
Whoa.
Whoa.
My monkey. Huh?
Yeah, you're a monkey, all right. All right, taste the rice.
I get one more bite.
Okay. And then tell me if it's good. What do you think? You got
It's
some
good.
thumbs? Ooh, thanks, man.
Welcome.
I
can't wait! I can't wait!
Okay. Daddy goes first.
Me!
Gotta mix it. Oh, it smells so good. Okay, here it goes. The sausage that we have, that sausage is amazing. It's so smoky and delicious. It's really good. Rich. I like it. It's really good. I like it a lot.
All right, Daddy, how many thumbs are you gonna give it? 2 thumbs. Yes. All right, Mia's next.
I can't wait.
I knew you were gonna say that. All right, Nano, you're next too. Go. I can see you both.
Yeah, I'm gonna get a sausage. I'm gonna get some rice. Yeah, I can't get anything. Good. I'm gonna get.
You like it?
beans. Okay, ready?
Ready. Dropped everything.
No.
What do you think?
I wrote that the sausage is delicious. I can't wait.
What do you think, Mia?
Delicious.
Would you like it if I made this again?
Yeah, kinda.
Kinda. How many thumbs are you gonna give me?
Make it again. It's delicious, but no thing. Not 10 billion today.
How many?
One.
1 thumb? Thanks. Nano? Thanks, Nano.
Make this again.
See, Nano likes it.
I like it a lot too. It's almost done.
Okay, guys, my final thoughts. This recipe was really, really good. The take it or leave it parsley that we bought was perfect. It worked out really well, so don't worry about that not being the right thing. It's fine. Whatever you have will work. This was really good. I wouldn't even say like it needs salt or anything. Like maybe add 5 or 10 more minutes on your pot, just because if you don't like your beans just slightly, they're not hard, but they're just slightly al dente, and I would prefer mine to be a little softer. So maybe add 5 or 10 more minutes to the pot. Otherwise, this recipe was really good. We'll definitely make this one again. I think I'll add more time next time because I don't like the beans quite as al dente as Dad does. Dad loved it the way that it is, but I would prefer them a little softer, so I think I'll add more time next time. But otherwise, this recipe was great. Who thought dinner was awesome? Mia liked most of it. She didn't like that the beans were just slightly al dente, right? That's fair enough.
That's fair.
I think the same thing. I would prefer them not to be quite as al dente too, so we'll add more time next time and then they'll be soft, okay?
Oh yeah.
Super soft, not just a little soft like today.
It again.
So, you guys all look like you have a little bit of sunburn going on. Your little cheeks are pink, like you went out and got some sunshine. Did you guys play outside today?
All day.
Awesome.
I'm kind of tan.
Awesome. Isn't it great that the sun came out to play with you guys?
Yeah.
And it's not snowing anymore.
Thank you, Earth.
Thank you, Mia, for not making it snow anymore.
And if you like this video, give it a thumbs up. If you want to make this channel strong, share it with your friends. And good night, YouTube. See you tomorrow. And if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe now. You have to push the belly call. Push the belly. No, you have to keep your hand on the belly. Touch it, touch it, touch it.
Cool robot, man.